system here that is supposed to be non-detention related. If you look at their website, the ISAP website, it says that it is non-detention related. And yet we have witnesses and we have photos of people being led out of that door, if you could part the seas, 933 South 3rd Street, in handcuffs, put in vehicles, and taken away.
That's why
we should be here celebrating our immigrant and refugee neighbors and friends. We are called right now to radically redefine what it means to show up, speak up, and stand up for and with one another.
That's right.
That's why we are here at 933 South 3rd Street, because this is no longer just a check-in site. It's a trap where people come in good faith and without warning are handed over to ICE. And we are here to say that we won't stand for it. We won't stand for it. We won't stand for it. Across Kentucky, 11 law enforcement agencies are now assisting ICE through the 287G program. Nationwide, over 500 have signed on this year alone. The 287G program is not new. It came around during the Clinton administration, and we have fought it every step of the way. This is a quiet expansion of state violence, and it's happening right here in our neighborhoods under the banner of compliance. Compliance is complicity with a demonic administration. Even Kristi Noem's administration is considering a reality TV show that would have immigrants compete for citizenship. And this was long before U.S. Senator Alex Padilla was slammed to the ground and handcuffed behind his back. This is an administration that we will not stand for or with. Am I right? We are at a moral crossroads, shaped
by white nationalism and fueled by fear. But we're here to say we won't stand for it because this is our city. It is. And Louisville must decide, will we double down on cruelty or rise up in radical love and revolutionary kindness? I believe we will rise up. In 2024, just last year, we at Forward Justice Action Network and so many of our friends here this morning stood with our people to try to defeat Constitutional Amendment 1, a dangerous anti-immigrant proposal that makes participation in our democracy even more difficult for immigrant Kentuckians. We saw the lies, we saw the hate, and we fought back, David, didn't we? Now we are demanding, not asking, demanding end ICE abductions here at ISAP, to withdraw from 287G programs, and to enforce the 2017 ordinance that stops LMPD from referring our neighbors to ICE. Because we're not just saying no to this system, we're building a more just, multiracial democracy for all of us. We say no to policies, practices, and procedures that are steeped in institutional and systemic racism. We say no to a system that would deport someone in a coma in a Louisville hospital. Y'all remember last year? It ain't right. I'm saying no to hate and yes to love. I'm saying no to division and yes to my neighbors. We believe in a Louisville that is grounded in radical love and collective dignity. Because when we change the South, we change the nation, starting right here in Louisville. So let's build that future and let's protect everyone. Let's make this city safe and welcoming and whole for all of our neighbors. Thank you. An organization that understands that all the issues are connected. Celine.
Can everybody hear me? Yes. Hi everyone, my name is Celine Boutier Maria. I'm the organizing director at Black Leadership Action Coalition of Kentucky and Black Action Fund. We are a network of Black activists and organizers from across the state of Kentucky. Earlier this year, I attended the International Women's Day breakfast briefing at Americana Community Center. During this briefing, in a panel conversation, Karina Bariles, Executive Director of La Casita Center, led us through an activity where she asked everyone in the audience to pull out something that could prove their citizenship. During this activity, she made sure to point out that a driver's license and a social security card did not count as proof of citizenship. Right. Most of the people in the audience did not have anything on them that could count as proof of citizenship, but that wasn't the point of the activity. The point of the activity was to say that none of us are safe unless all of us are safe, and as Fannie Lou Hamer says, nobody's free until everybody's free. Another point of that activity was, what does citizenship really mean on land that was stolen from Native Americans? The state-sanctioned abductions that have been ordered by the Trump administration and executed by the gang, also known as ICE, impacts all of us. They impact the people from the Latinx community as well as the Black community and every other community. And Black migrants are even more at risk because of the way that our communities are over-policed.
That's right.
My family and I came to this country in 1998. It took almost 10 years for us to get citizenship here and thousands of dollars. I can't imagine what my life would be like right now if my parents had went into this ISAP building and never been able to be let out. They would have left me and my sisters alone to fend for ourselves. Trump and the people in this building get their power from fear, scarcity, manipulation, and ego. That's right. Our power comes from love, abundance, care, and relationships. And the thing is, we get to choose whether or not we give these people our power. Because the only way they get to gain and maintain control over us is if we let them. I want to thank LSurge for uncovering what's happening here at ISAP, and I want to extend my gratitude to everyone involved in the Community Defense Network. I also want to remind all of us that you don't have to be an activist or organizer to fight back and to take our power back. But we all do need to choose a role in this resistance, and there are many roles to fill. Whether you are building relationships with your neighbors and agreeing to defend each other against ICE and any other threat we face, or you're making sure to register for the 2026 election, no matter what you do, no matter what role you choose, we have to recognize that we cannot win without each other, and we cannot win unless we take our power back.
What do we want? No ICE. 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 All right. Thank you all so much, the speakers who have gone. And I'd now like to invite up a leader in our Louisville Community Defense Network that LSurge holds, Reverend Adrian White.
Good morning. I'm the Reverend Adrian White. I'm a pastor at Highland Presbyterian Church and a member of the Community Defense Network, which to me are basically the same job.
Yes.
Because my scriptures teach me to love the stranger as myself. And my faith tells me that love is the great work to which we are all called. I believe in protecting my community from violence. And that means we have to stop ICE from terrorizing our neighbors. The forces of evil are so much more mundane than the storybooks teach us. But we are so much bigger and stronger and more full of love and more powered by hope than anyone can guess. Today we're gathered at one site where evil is unfolding, where families are being ripped apart, and we say no. No! We say no! No! We believe that love is big enough, that there is enough for everyone. And so we won't stop here because we are united and we are strong. And we believe that our neighborhoods are safer when we are all together.
You know, sometimes they want us to divide the issues, but we refuse to have them divided because immigrant and refugee people are our neighbors and they are among all of us. I'd like to ask Chris Hartman of the Fairness Campaign to say a word. Thank you. Welcome, Chris.
Done this before.
How y'all doing? Friends, I'm Chris. I use he, him pronouns. I'm executive director of the Fairness Campaign, and it's a busy month for us. If you didn't know, it's Pride Month. But I am here to say there is no pride without immigrants. Let me remind us all that more than 50 years ago, at Stonewall, it was not white, queer folks who threw the first bricks and bottles at police officers. It was black and Latinx trans folks who started this This is my neighborhood. I live fewer than 7 blocks from right here. And this breaks my heart. There are so many queer immigrants in this city. They do so much. Things that we will never know. Toiling quietly in the background, leading organizations. They are everywhere.
Thank you.
And to have this happening in my backyard, not on my watch. I am here to stand with every one of you to say no organization in the city of Louisville should be participating with this unjust, unlawful, illegal deportation of our neighbors. So say it with me. No ICE nowhere.
No ice nowhere.
No ICE nowhere.
No ice nowhere.
No ICE right here.
No ice right here.
I love you all. Happy Pride.
Oh yeah, that's much, much better. All right, we next have some speakers who are stepping forward in times when a lot of elected officials are not doing so. Because these are times where the repression is pointed at everyone, and some people decide, yeah, I'm not going to get out there and take a risk. But you know what? We elect people to be out there for the whole community, not just some of us. Metro Councilwoman Shamika Parrish-Wright is in Lexington right now. But she too has been on the front lines of the defense of immigrant and refugee people for decades. And I have a statement from her. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. taught us that what affects one of us directly affects all of us indirectly. Immigrants and refugees are part of our community. They are part of us. They are our neighbors, our co-workers, our family members. We cannot stand by while families are torn apart. We must say no to ICE. Woo! Next, I would like to invite up Councilwoman Betsy Rui. Please welcome her.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you for standing with us for our immigrant neighbors. I'm usually one who's working very quietly behind the scenes, but with what's going on around here, I cannot sit quietly. So I'm here today to speak out in support of 25% of my constituents. They may not be able to vote for me, but that doesn't mean I will not represent them and support them. With liberty and justice for all. I recited the Pledge of Allegiance with my students every day for more than 20 years. But these words seem to mean very little to our current leadership in Washington. Instead of upholding liberty and justice, their focus has shifted toward cruelty, especially against those least able to defend themselves. Detaining and deporting people who show up voluntarily to immigration check-ins is the height of cruelty. If they show up, they can be deported. If they don't, they risk the same fate. It's a no-win situation. Now, entire groups, Haitians, Nicaraguans, Cubans, Venezuelans, are losing their protected status. These people can't go home. They have no homes to return to. Or if they do, they face death, persecution, or the forced recruitment of their children into gangs. They left for a good reason. Leaving your country, especially for a place where you don't speak the language, don't know the culture, is never a decision made lightly. Forcing them to return under such conditions isn't just cruel, it's deadly. But Trump and his cronies in the White House don't seem to care. To them, these aren't people. I'm not even sure what they see, but it's certainly not human beings, families, with hope and with dreams of a better life. I'd like to end with a verse from the 13th century Persian poet Sadi Shirazi. Human beings are members of a whole, in creation of one essence and soul. If one member is afflicted with pain, other members uneasy will remain. If you have no sympathy for human pain, the name of human you cannot retain. Thank you.
All right, we have another elected official who isn't afraid to speak out. And I also want to affirm that both Councilwoman Betsy Rui and our next speaker also supported the consent decree. These issues are not separate. I want to ask Metro Council person J.P. Leninger.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I don't know if you guys have heard, but I'm a democratic socialist.
Yeah, that's right.
That means I stand with workers.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you who ICE hurts. ICE hurts workers.
That's right.
We just saw the detention of a union leader in Los Angeles, David Huerta, who was trapped by ICE for days, despite the fact that he was a citizen. That ain't right. ICE is going into restaurants and to fields with specific lists of union organizers. They're doing this because they know they're anti-worker. They know that. They know that they are not part of our community, okay? ICE, first of all, there was a world before ICE.
Yes, there was.
Yeah. ICE was created in 2003. We did not used to have ICE. ICE is a product of the Bush administration.
Yeah.
There will be a world after ICE. And there has to be a world after ICE because ICE are not part of our community, and you can tell. We all know what ICE looks like when they show up for these arrests, for these detentions, for when they snatch people out of our streets. ICE shows up in full face masks. Is that the kind of law enforcement we want in our country?
No police state.
ICE has their faces completely covered. They disobey judge orders because they are brown shirts. They are brown shirts for a fascist administration. And I don't want brown shirts in my community. These people are attacking workers, they're attacking our community members, and we have to stand up in solidarity together and fight back. And that's what we're doing today. We must stand firm with a call to abolish ICE and return to a normal, regular idea of how we are supposed to interact with law enforcement, one that's not coming and filling quotas, looking for people that can't produce documents, racially profiling people. ICE has to go. No justice, no peace.
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 No ICE on our streets.
No lights on our streets.
And these are our streets. I live just across this line over here in District 6. Old Louisville is where I live. I don't want ICE in Old Louisville. I want ICE out, and I stand with my community that wants ICE out.
people of Louisville are on the side of immigrant and refugee people. When Louisville Surge first put out the call for community defenders, we were overwhelmed. We had to keep getting bigger training spaces to get people ready for nonviolent intervention in attacks on our community. I appreciate all of you. No ICE, nowhere.
No ICE, nowhere.
No ICE, nowhere.
No ICE, nowhere.
That building right there, I used to escort people with their families to do the check-ins in 2017, 2018, 2019. We went in the side door and then folks came out. And the biggest issue was, did we have enough toys for the children while the parents waited long hours for their turn? And to make sure that somebody had a ride home. This is supposed to be a non-detention surveillance program, whatever that means. But now people are coming out in handcuffs, and we will not stand for it.
That's
I want to ask if those who are still here who spoke would come up to the front with me. In case the press has any questions.
I guess my first question, obviously, we have to do our due diligence. I mean, what can you guys offer as far as evidence, whether it be photos, documents, that this is indeed happening, that people are being, in your words, abducted here?
Yeah, if you will give me your email, I will send you the photos.
I will also say that we need to get back to investigative journalism. Investigate what's happening here. Get some time documents what's happening here.
LFD has an agreement not to partnership with ICE, but home rule cities like Heritage Creek are signing 287G partnerships. Is this a concern that more independent cities within Louisville, within Jefferson County, will sign on to these 287G programs?
We do know that there are certain cities and one community that is, I believe it's very south Louisville, if somebody has the name. Heritage Creek has signed that agreement, but the rest of Louisville hasn't. Other council members? Not one.
We'd like you to be one.
Yeah, I am concerned about the home rule cities entering into 287G agreements. I am also concerned about the actual enforcement of our separation ordinance here in Louisville. People are telling me that they are hearing reports of ICE coming into the jail. I have asked people in the administration about that. They say it's not happening. I don't know. I have lawyers telling me this. I'm very concerned about that. We have to be clear that we are not allowed by ordinance to cooperate, to help with these administrative warrants in any way. That's what the ordinance says. And we better stand firm on that. Because I'll tell you what, I'm a member of the Government Accountability Committee, and I will use the subpoena power to start asking questions and put people on the record.
Any other questions?
This is for the council members. Can you give us a specific day, a specific incident that you've been made aware of that happened here?
Give me a second, because I'm going to look at my Facebook mentions where people were tagging me in the photos and videos. Including my friend here in the crowd. Thank you for tagging me, Mandy.
Yeah, people can start tagging media when you get these videos.
Yeah. June 4th. June 4th was when I was tagged.
And what exactly happened on June 4th? Can you just describe it for us?
It's the same way that we...
The question?
The question is, hear about this, how did we know? So 2 weeks ago, we got photos and reports, anonymous photos and reports. And so we began stationing some of our community defense people here to monitor the place. And, you know, it was happening. So we called this because we want people who are vulnerable to know and be able to make their decision about whether to come here or not. Yep. And we want people who are not vulnerable to stand with immigrant and refugee people. All right, we thank you all for coming, but especially, I very much thank the press for coming and our live streamers. Because nothing happens without people power. Sometimes we think it's having the right argument or an individual making a great presentation to someone in power. If we don't get more people involved, people who might not know how to get involved, then we are not going to be able to shift things. So please talk to the people in your lives. Bring them in. Thank you so much for everybody being here. Did you say people are under attack by ICE. If ICE shows up at someone's house, or you know people who are vulnerable, come up to me after this gathering and we will give you the hotline number. It's a 24-hour hotline number run by the local community defense network. Thank you, everybody.
Speakers are going to come out if you wanted to do a stand-up. Anybody wanted to do a stand-up?
I do, actually.
Do you?
Like Councilman Linenger.
Yeah, just she's going to come out, or he's going to come out.
Oh, the sofa.
Through every note, every performance, the arts connect us. The arts connect us through joy and through awe, cultures and generations. From intimate theaters to the grandest stages, the arts bring us together, reminding us that we're never truly alone. When we experience the arts, we experience each other. Kentucky Performing Arts. The arts connect us.
Welcome to Skills for Life, located at 204 East Jacob Street.
I love it. She's holding on.
Here at Skills for Life, we offer services 6 months to 12-year-olds.
Tell me what this is. This is the what? The front of the book?
With a warming environment, a comforting atmosphere, with therapy services, social emotional learning, plant-based meals, and more.
Parents can look forward to having their children in a safe environment.
Join us at Skills for Life.
We have a plant-based diet that we serve, meals that we serve to our children, and they can expect that their children are safe and loved.
And for more information, call us at 502-822-3975.
After this rally, after the speeches, I'm here with Councilman District 6, JP Leninger. Uh, Councilman, Councilman Leninger, I wanted to ask you about No Kings rally. You were there, you gave powerful speeches, and the march itself. I was curious about how you felt it went, and what are your thoughts on it?
It was powerful to see our community show up like that. I saw a chart over the weekend that said that we have had so many more people speaking out here in the second Trump administration, so many more people showing up in the streets because people see the danger. We are 146 days, I want to say, into the second Trump administration, and we already have troops federalized in our streets. We have Marines arresting people in Los Angeles. That's crazy. We have ICE acting as brown shirts with their faces covered up, coming into our communities and attacking our communities. People know that this is not what we want our country to look like, and it's powerful to see so many people show up ready to fight back. I know the official estimate was 4,000. That's absolutely the floor to me. There were thousands and thousands of people in the streets, people who are not, the usual activist crowd. People who see that this is, a huge problem that we've got in America, and that problem is fascism.
At that No Kings rally, at the No Kings march, there were a series of people who stated, just as you said, this is my first time protesting, this is my first time at a rally. Are there any words that you would give to them, encourage them about what could be next steps?
Yeah, this is a great first step. Coming out into community, talking to your community members, feeling that power that collectively have as the people, because that's the only power we really have. That's great. The next step is to take that feeling of empowerment and turn it into organizing, turn it into work. Find an organization that you agree with. Like I said in my speech, whether that's Black Lives Matter, whether that's the Party for Socialism and Liberation, whether that's coming and organizing with me in Louisville DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America, that's what we need to be doing. Go find work and do work because there's a lot of work to be done.
Now, Donald Trump has ramped up ICE deportations and raids, it seems, and what was said to be some of America's largest cities, such as Los Angeles, such as New York, such as Chicago. What are your thoughts on that? And this may be a bit of a reach here, but what are your thoughts on those who are fearful that might come to Louisville?
Well, I think that we do have to be afraid of it coming here to Louisville. And the problem is that they're talking about quotas, right? They're talking about that they have to meet a daily number of people that they're taking into detention. Well, that means it has to spread. And I'm very worried about it spreading here. When you look at what's happening in New York and Los Angeles and Chicago, you know, they the administration wants to pretend that like, oh, we're going after these terrible hardened criminals and known gang members. when we know for a fact they are snatching regular people off the streets. Now they're turning to our houseless population because those people can't produce any documents. They're racially profiling citizens in the streets. We saw a really powerful video in Los Angeles this weekend of someone, clearly stating, being able to show his papers. I'm a citizen. Get out of my face. What, just because I'm brown? And it's going to come here because it has to come here for them to be able to support, this terrible program. And we have to be ready to have the same kind of resistance that we're seeing in Los Angeles and New York.
We'll be right back in just a moment.
Hey guys, before we get back to the live stream, I'm Tracy, the bartender at Southern Hospitality Bar and Grill, located at 3402 West Broadway. You guys got to come and check us out. You can call your order in, and the phone number is 502-822-1474. Again, I'm Tracy, the bartender at Southern Hospitality. Come check us out, guys.
If you do nothing else.
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 If you do nothing else.